This is Pastor Tim coming from Bend and Lomita United Methodist Churches. We are sharing the biblical background for stories in the Bible. We're trying to share the information so that people can delve in for themselves and discover the Word of God. The Word of God has been the primary way in which we receive that which God has given, graced the ages, and we've printed it and put it up here to us so that we can feel God's presence even today. We're sharing a variety of topics, but Mary and Martha is the topic for today. Two of my favorite people. Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus were friends of Jesus, and he was quite often with them. And one of the things that they had was, one of the things that was fine about them is that Mary and Martha were quite different people. Martha was the doer. She wanted to make sure that everyone was taken care of, that there was hospitality, that everything was in its place, and all the responsibilities were taken care of. Mary was not so. She must have been one who liked to think about life and think about what she wanted to do, and didn't feel that kind of responsibility that Martha did. So one day when Jesus was there, Martha was cleaning house. She was fixing the meal, getting everything ready for their guest Jesus, while Mary sat at Jesus' feet. Now, Martha just got tired of it. She was probably had been too many times where her sister didn't help out, and so she wanted to get Jesus into the mix. It's called triangulation. When you are mad at somebody, but you try to get somebody else into the fray on your side. You try to make a triangle so it's two against one. That's never works. It's always a difficult communication. It's always a problem when you try to triangulate instead of dealing with it directly. She could have gone to Mary and said, listen, I have a problem, and then we talked about it. But she didn't. She tried to get Jesus in on it. And she said, Jesus, can't you tell Mary to get busy? Can't you tell her to start helping me? Now, you would think, and at least what Martha thought, was that Jesus would be on her side, that she would say, Mary, get up from where you're sitting and get busy. You can do this later. You need to get about helping your sister. But he doesn't. He says, Martha, Martha, you're the one who's busy with many things. Mary has chosen one thing. She has chosen to listen to Jesus when he's there to teach her, which is a more remarkable in and of itself, because women were not considered teachable. They didn't go to school. They weren't taught by their parents. They were held responsible for raising children and keeping house, and that was pretty much their life. But Jesus broadened his horizons, broadened the scope of his ministry, and included women to be disciples with people like James and John and Peter. But he speaks on behalf of Mary and says to Martha, she has chosen the better things. When Jesus is near, it's better to listen and to learn and to grow in your discipleship, to grow in your faith, to grow in your love, than it is to make sure the dishes get washed and make sure the pots and pans are on the stove cooking for the meal. Now, there's at least three reasons why it points to spirituality. A post for establishing our Christianity, our spirituality. One is that Martha was busy. We are too busy in the world today. We need to sit down sometimes and think about life. We need to pray to God. We need to listen to God as God speaks to us. We need to contemplate what other people are going through. We need to figure out ways that we love. We need to figure out why we react in certain ways. So we need to spend time when we're not busy. There's no value in being busy all the time, although that's what we seem to value in this world. The second thing was that Martha was angry. There's a lot of anger in the world today, and it's usually not helpful. It's usually not righteous indignation. It's just anger at other people. It's what they do and what they say, and we need to figure out how to love. We need to figure out how to love the people that are even the most in opposition to us. So anger is not a good characteristic to carry around all the time, to be angry all the time. It's not good for you, and it's not good for society. The third thing was that she was envious. She really wanted to be in Mary's position. She couldn't allow herself just to sit down and listen to Jesus. And we spend a lot of time being envious of what other people can do and what other people are like. God gave us the gifts that we need for our place and our time. We are gifted people, and we have just the right thing for the right moment. So value what God has given you, value who you are, and don't be envious that you want somebody else's life, somebody else's talent, somebody else's place in the world. Just be happy with yourself. I hope those things of the lesson of Mary and Martha will be helpful to you. I'll see you next time.